There's tons and tons of battle royales nowadays. Today in this video, I'm going to cover, is Warzone the best battle royale? Welcome back to COD Trendy. Let's get into the video. Number 10, Warzone accessibility. Regardless of your stance on Call of Duty Warzone, this game allows virtually anyone to play it. Only Fortnite can rival how easy it is to hop straight into Warzone. Players from PlayStation, Xbox, or PC can all play together in the same match, resulting in short queue times for all platforms. Better yet, Modern Warfare's Warzone is completely free. In comparison, Blackout requires players to purchase any version of Black Ops 4 to play its Battle Royale mode.
Have a plethora of randomly scattered telephones and computers all around the Warzone map. Interacting with the computers asks you to enter.
Number 9, Blackout stability. Compared to Warzone, Black Ops 4's Blackout mode has significantly less stability and hacking issues. Players can hop into Blackout and have a good time without worrying about server performance. Warzone frequently has laggy matches, and cheaters are incredibly common in the higher brackets of skill-based matchmaking, otherwise known as SBMM by the community. Recent patches have also compromised the stability of Warzone's matches, something Blackout has really struggled with.
So the first changes is just general bug fixes. They have made many stability and user interface improvements based on early tracking of live issues prior to it.
Number 8, Warzone 150 players. Most VR titles have large arenas that pit 100 players against each other to see which team comes out on top. Warzone decided to increase the scale of not just the map but the player count as well. Verdansk is a massive map that supports up to 150 players. This upscaling of player count has resulted in much more intense skirmishes as the game progresses. No longer will the final ring be between two teams waiting to see who peaks first. It isn't uncommon for the final minutes of Warzone to be between 25 or 30 players, maintaining the adrenaline-fueled gunfights Call of Duty is known for throughout the entire match.
You never know. Somebody might come in this room to loot and step on my claymore. Maybe. I don't know. Pretty sweet. We'll swap that.
Number 7, Blackout attachments. Rarities are an easy way for Battle Royale games to convey items strength to the player. Games like Fortnite and Warzone use it to showcase better variants of weapons. Blackout did something different. Instead of attachments being tied to the weapon and influencing its rarity, attachments were items players found and equipped on their weapons. This allows players to fine-tune their weapons and keeps players on the lookout for their favorite attachments towards the final rings. It also allowed valuable attachments such as the thermal scopes to stay as rare items, something Warzone does away with thanks to loadouts. Number 6, Warzone healing. VR veterans were rightfully concerned when Infinity Ward announced that regenerating health would be in Call of Duty Warzone. Most were worried that this would lower the skill gap and remove emphasis on smart engagements. In practice, this is one of the smartest changes Warzone made to the BR formula. Armor makes up most of the player's total health pool, then they're regenerating health, which still emphasizes finding armor plates and healing by applying armor. The removal of armor tiers that Blackout adopted is also a fantastic change, making gunfights and time to kill values much more consistent from start to finish.
High health throughout the entire process. So those are the 3 ways that we've identified how to heal yourself in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone.
Number 5, Blackout movement. Once you get used to Black Ops 4's movement mechanics, it's hard to go back to a traditional Call of Duty title. Blackout made excellent use of these mechanics to make a BR game much more focused on movement than its contemporaries. Players could sprint, mantle, slide, swim, and use a grappling hook to navigate the map. More options were available for players to navigate and escape gunfights. Contrast this with Warzone, where there is no grappling hook that exists, and entering any body of water kills you. This large array of movement options encourage players to explore and move instead of camping as most do in Warzone.
And if you slide too much too fast, you'll end up losing that slide momentum for each subsequent slide. So straight up sliding is not a good way to go around.
Number 4, Warzone contracts. Earning money is one of the most important aspects of Warzone. Money allows you to purchase kill streaks, bring dead teammates back, and obtain loadout markers. To earn money faster, players can choose to grab contracts around the map. These side objectives range from hunting down players to capturing a recon post. Areas sparse with loot typically have contracts to offset this. It encourages players to break away from their traditional looting rhythm early game and keeps the first few minutes of every Warzone match interesting. Number 3, Blackout map design. Many critics and players have praised Warzone's use of verticality to create distinct areas, but this has hurt the game more than it's helped. Skyscrapers and buildings on hills make it far too easy to camp with snipers and RPGs. Blackout, for as disconnected as every zone felt, never had this issue. The map for Blackout contained multiplayer maps strung together with large fields. Navigating to a new area was arguably dull, but gunfights and named locations were also compelling because these arenas were built for small skirmishes and not 32v32 ground war fights like most of Verdansk is. Every weapon had a purpose in Blackout, and power positions were rare, encouraging teams to move and not camp. Number 2, Warzone loadouts. Arguably the most controversial addition to Warzone is loadouts. Players can call in loadout markers and find loadout crates throughout the match to spawn specific guns, perks, and equipment. This takes a large portion of RNG out of the BR formula. Players can choose to complete contracts, loot, or fight other players to call in loadouts for their squad. A shift to skill and tactics has resulted in many people referring Warzone over Blackout and similar BR titles. Number 1, Blackout focus on looting. It might sound hypocritical to praise both types of BR design, but Blackout's reliance on looting is what makes it a compelling BR title in the first place. Much of the fun that comes from Battle Royales is the tension of each fight. You don't have the best gear until the end of the game, so making decisions on where to loot and who to kill keeps it early and mid-game compelling. Gun skill is still important, but decision making and taking risks partially comes from the reliance on RNG loot you scavenge. Warzone, while loved by many, is less of a BR title and more of a one-life ground war match, a sentiment many Blackout fans share. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye and take care.